Welcome to Impact. I'm Philip Morris from Proctors and your interviewer today. Our guest is Debra Roy, Executive Director of the Sand Lake Center for the Arts. Welcome, Debra.
Thank you very much for having me.
Where the hell is Sand Lake?
It's not that far. It's just up the road. It's just up the road. It's exit 8 off of I-90, and it's 8 miles up the road.
Oh, okay.
On the left.
I get it. All right. Well, so for some of our listeners, watchers, they may be going, "Can you put that on a map for
I
me?
could
Maybe
easily.
We'll put that on some B-roll." So, who are you? Are you a performer, an artist?
I am. I started as an actress in high school, and then I became a mom, and I stayed at home, and then I did some other business. But then one day I thought, well, I would like to be on the stage again. So I didn't quite have the nerve at first, but when they were renovating the building to make the Sand Lake Center for the Arts, I went down and said, well, what can I do to help you out? And they said, well, the cafe needs to be painted. So I painted the cafe, and then a year later I decided, well, I'll try out for a play, and I did, and I got the role, and then I had the role, and I loved it, and I had a couple more, and then they asked me to be on the board, and that part of the business was totally run by volunteers. And then after a while, talking to NISCA, the New York State Council on the Arts, we talked about professionalizing, and we did, and I applied for the job, and here we are.
So, talk about the building. Well, you've renovated something?
We've renovated an old church building. It was built in 1835, and then it was the town hall, then it was a community center for a little while, and then Circle Theater Players, our foundation of the center, is a theater group that has been in existence for 30 years. So 10 or so years ago, they said, what are they going to do with that building now? Maybe we can make an art center out of it. So the board got together with the town board, and they made an agreement, and they moved in well, they were ready in October of 2003.
So did you ever expect to become an administrator?
No. I was going to be in radio. I went to the New School of Contemporary Radio, and then my paths went all over the place.
Interviewing me here. I can see this stuff.
Well, that's what I was thinking on the way here. Boy, I wish I could interview Philip. And then I took many different paths, and was in human resources for a while. I tried to do voiceover for a while. I did real estate, so I did many different things. And then my path led to the Sand Lake Center for the Arts. And no, I did not. But one day we were having a meeting, and we're sitting around there. The board was sitting around there, and we were talking about an executive director position or a managing director position, because that's how I started, as the managing director. And I said, you know, one day I'm going to be the executive director of this place. And I said it, and it happened. So, you know, one day I'm going to be a billionaire.
So are you the only staffer?
I am not. I have a part-time office assistant. I have an administrative assistant who takes care of our website and our bookkeeping. And then I have seasonal employees as teachers who come in the summertime and throughout the year. When we do the renovation, we'll start having more classes during the year.
And you're in renovations now?
We are. Right now, they just put in some LED lighting. So
is any part of the building functional?
The office.
Oh, taking care of yourself.
Because we have a building that we do most of our work, all of it. The plays, the concerts, the classes, the rentals in one room. That is the room. We do have a small gallery that is also used as the box office area and cafe area. So, but that is packed with chairs and
so what do you
kinds
imagine after renovation? What does a year look like, do you think?
Well, I think that we're going to, we're going to increase programming for children and seniors. We have a big senior population out at around our area, and they're interested in theater. We're going to have a theater class for seniors. We're going to have some after-school activities for kids, because in the younger grades they're losing some of the arts in the schools, and we want to kind of pick up the slack in some ways. So I want to do that and increase some more programming.
So do you think, just again, what do you imagine open 200 days and nights a year? What do you think?
Well, let's see. I would like to be open 300 days a year. I'm really busy, rehearsals.
Oh, that's great.
I want to do that. We have a small community. It's not small, but we have a community that loves us and really supports us in many ways. They come to the plays, they come to the concerts. What we also want to do is expand more. We have a community theater where a lot of the audience is people who know the people that are in the production. So they come from different states and different areas. So we want to get that more of those people
Theater's
to
still
come.
At the heart of the building?
Yes, it is. But we also have a professional concert series. It's a folk series, and we have some wonderful artists come in. Next year we have Bill Staines coming, and we just had, I forgot their names, but we just had some great people come.
I'm great with names. I've heard them all the time. Susan.
Susan, yeah. People call me Pat sometimes.
Oh,
I'm like,
Pat,
oh yeah,
yeah,
okay,
that's good.
hi. But and we want to. That's an acoustic folk kind of series. But I want to maybe start a jazz series or a blues series or something else like that.
All right, so you declared you were going to be an executive, and you got it. Now
Yes.
You've declared you want to be a billionaire.
Yes.
So
Thank you for catching that.
Yeah,
I said it really quickly.
So where else do you see Debra Roy being in 20 years?
20 years.
What's
Well,
your impact?
oh my goodness. Well, I want to be part of the arts scene in this region. So it may include the Sand Lake Center for the Arts and something else. And I want Sand Lake Center for the Arts. I want to be right there with everyone else, the big guys. I've been there with you guys elbow to elbow, whether you notice me or not. But I've been there, and I want to learn from the big guys. And I have actually learned from a lot of you, Maggie, Amy, Williams, without you even knowing it. I've been watching and I've been listening.
And do the opposite. Whatever it is.
A lot of the
doing,
times I'm like, oh my gosh, those guys are crazy.
Oh my God, they're crazy.
So, but at the heart of me is my family. I have to say that they are my priority all the time. And my heart is most full when I'm with my family. So then my other family at the center, they make my heart full too.
Well, 20 years from now, that first family, they're off doing their thing. Your
I know.
heart may be filled by them, but you're not thinking about them, you're not feeding them, you're not taking care of them. It changes. It's pretty amazing.
Well, maybe we'll have a huge art center out in Sand Lake.
Aha, so this is a long-term thing. You're into this for good.
They closed the school next to us. Maybe we'll buy that. We'll increase our program, and we'll get people from out of state to come and take some classes from us during the day. We'll have ballet. We do have ballet at the center. So.
Well, Debra, fabulous. It's just fabulous. Great
Well,
work.
thank you. Thank
Good
you
for
very
you.
much.
Our guest today is Debra Roy, the Executive Director and soon Queen of the Sand Lake Art Center and maybe all of Sand Lake. Thank you for joining us on Philip Morris here at Impact. Proctors, bringing the best in arts, education, and entertainment.